Hey everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to Jak II. Last time, we did a lot. We won the Class Race 1 Stadium. Then afterwards, okay, I'm just going to drop it right now and say this is another post-commentary. So if you remember what happened last time, of course, I beat the Class 1 race at the stadium. Errol died where wanted. We went to the palace with our new pass, confronted Ashlyn, and she's now willing to help us more based on the precursor stone and all that. She gave us her pass in order to go to a weapons facility where the dig site is. But we found crew there making a weapon known as the Piercer bomb, the Piercer bomb, and he had the Heart of Mar on him still. So we defeated crew. We were able to retrieve the Heart of Mar from him, and after being dropped off back at Haven by Ashlyn, we gotta go to the Hip Hog Saloon. I just gotta say how upset I am on how I have to do post commentary for this one, because this episode's like, I'll just say right now, is the big twist. You know, it has the big plot twist here, but now it's gonna be terrible because of my post commentary. Anyway, I'm currently, once again on Pokemon to try and keep myself occupied. So when you go here, go talk to Tess. Yes, you're right, Daxter. Let the game player do his stuff. He seems to disregard that there could be women gamers doing this as well. So it's a whack-and-roll sort of game. The D-pad controls the left side and the buttons control the right side. It can be a little tricky because, you know, you kind of have to multitask and make sure you're pressing the right buttons. So, with the monitors there, the score monitor is obviously your score. That other one with the 20 zeros, that's the tries you get. You lose them if you hit the red ones, or actually no, it's that you lose them if you let any of the metalhead pop-ups get away. And the red ones kind of stun you and automatically allow them to get away as well, so you don't want that. So as I continue to whack-a-mole with metalheads, yeah, see, I actually forgot about the whole tries thing, and so didn't I just didn't exactly remember. Oh man, see, if I had my sound, the music that would be playing would be it'd be the same one when you did Owen's minigame, you know, with the matching symbols, which that's a good theme. Oops. Silly me. And the sad part about this, oh, whoa. Sad part about it is I was almost there. Look. I was only 10 points short. So we try again. If you don't succeed, you try again. So that's just the gist of doing that mini game. Is it's just a whack-a-mole sort of game. Okay, so what am I doing on Ultra Moon this time? Well, I'm actually sort of trying to grind on money and level up for some Pokemon I recently caught and replaced some very old teams. And these old party teams I've had since Gen 3 with Leaf Green. So it was a little sad to... Oh yeah, Daxter being tired. If you like repeatedly have him whack in some areas, then yeah, he'll get tired out like that. Yeah, some of these Pokemon I've had since Leaf Green 10 to 15 years ago. Such a long time. And to think how far this boy would come with Pokemon. Okay, so I'm getting really worried because there was a few times where it looks like the footage briefly pauses, and I just don't like that. It's making me worried. And I can't really re-record this. I mean, I could, but I went through enough hard work as it is. I don't want to go through all of it again. I already suffer enough doing these videos, so I'm just going to have to let it be. I just hope the next episode won't have me having to do this, because that's, again, another big twist, and I just don't... And there, I won. And yep, we get the time map for our troubles. Yes. You know, after that, you'd think Tess would no longer want to flirt with Daxter and everything, so... It's just a random shot of him staring straight at her crotch. Or maybe her legs, I don't know. Okay, yeah, after that, you'd think, Tess would no longer be interested in Daxter, but... Oh yeah, Vin is on the little speaker there, and he's telling us how the shield walls have been brought down, Core did it, and that, metalheads are everywhere. They're gonna break in the door, and they're gonna kill me. Well, I didn't want to make it sound cheerful like that, but yeah, that's where Vin gets killed by metalheads, sadly. And here I am mourning for the loss of Vin, but then I'm like, oh, nope, need to pick up these skull gems. So now we have to go to the Underport, because that's where Sig is at the moment. So, yeah. The metalheads, when they enter, they will focus on the guards and civilians more so than you. And that the metalheads you'll encounter those normal soldier ones, the scorpion ones, and the cloak ones. Those are the only ones you'll encounter. Yeah, the only ones that you'll see. Okay, I should focus on this, because, And yeah, the Underport's over there. Never had to go to the Underport until now. Yeah, it takes a while for that door to open. So we go in and we go down. This level can be, shall I say, a little difficult. Because as you will see, yeah, it fills up with water, and that's your breath meter. If that runs out, you're dead. So you gotta move fast. Yeah, those glowy things there will restore your oxygen, but you just gotta keep moving. Those mines can be a bit of a trouble, so... And it's funny, you'll see Sig later, and you're just gonna probably wonder to yourself, like, how did he get through all this? Yeah, those mines do a lot of damage, so watch out. And as someone who has a slight fear of being underwater when it's dark, I'm surprised I didn't exactly get too freaked out doing this the first time, but it is tricky. Now, other than mines, there are a type of metalhead under here too. Well, they're referred as squid metalheads, but I kept calling them jellyfish metalheads because they actually electrocute you. And although that's not what jellyfish do in real life, it's it's the metaphor. Well, not even metaphor. You get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can kill them and try and get some skull gems out of it, but you're gonna want to be more focused on getting through, if anything. So okay, yeah, here you're kind of semi-safe because all you gotta do is just restore your oxygen and punch those things so they'll go up to the surface. That way you can cross, and if you can get up to the surface, you'll be safe. Now, unfortunately for me, I have a bit of trouble because of how clunky that suit, the Titan suit, can be. So, yeah. Um, I forgot what. I'm in the battle buffet right now in Moon, trying to earn some money and a little bit of experience, but trying to remember what, because I've at the point have been able to memorize what most of these trainers have, but I can't always remember that. Oh, that's what she had. Oh yeah, here's the dumb thing to me with the battle buffet is if you can like get a perfect like 10, use all 10 rounds, like do it perfectly, all 10 rounds sort of thing. Your reward is just a max revive, and I shouldn't be complaining because max revives are hard to find, but you'd think you get a little something more valuable than that. Like getting at least 7, I think, gets you a balm mushroom, which is a little more useful because you could sell it and earn extra cash. Okay, so just keep on going. Oh yeah, this, you gotta be careful with this jump. If you screw up, then yeah. Luckily for me, I made it. And at the same time, I'm almost there, so makes you wonder what more is there to the Underport. Okay, and yeah, if you ever run low on oxygen as you're going through, if you could just jump as the water's lowering, then yeah, you'll be safe. So we go through here, and there's Sig shooting at something. Yeah, so that's what the ruby key was for with the Heart of Mar, or with the Mar statue. Open up an old set of doors to allow the metalheads to come through. So now we have to get out of here with Sig. Oh, as Sig will say here, if I can't shoot it, it's someone else's problem. You figure out the blocks. So with these blocks, all you gotta do is you gotta push them. Well, kicking them's better than punching them. You gotta push them over to the little indents there to open up the doors. They do blow up, but I don't think it hurts you unless you're close to it. Did you hear something? Yep, that's a giant metalhead centipede, or a metalpede as it's referred as. Although technically it has 16 legs, unlike a centipede. So yeah, you just gotta run away from it, Crash Bandicoot style. If it catches you, it just eats you. And it's kind of gruesome looking. And yeah, I at one point questioned how you can fly over thin air being a centipede, but with that many legs, I'm sure you can crawl on parts of walls. All right. So Sig's like, I think that's the last we'll see of him. Yeah, right. So once again, just figure out the block puzzle here. This one's a little tricky because you gotta do that. Or I think you can shoot it. I'm not too sure. So here, another block puzzle yet again. This time, though, metalheads will be coming off from the side, so Sig's gonna shoot at them to cover you while you try to figure out the puzzle. Try not to dilly-dally for too long, otherwise, yeah, Sig's gonna die. And you can't have that. Yeah, they do blow up, but it only hurts if you're that close to them. No, I'm not fighting that guy. That guy has a Magnazone, and nothing in my team can stand against it. So yeah, I go back to pick up all that Skull Gem treasure and get some Dark Eco, because I will need it for a later point. And the Metal Pete is back. Yeah, animating that thing must have been a little hard because, with the legs and everything. And animating anything that has multiple legs can be hard. And this was on the PS2, and yet Naughty Dog was able to pull it off. So, yep, just keep running from the Metalpede. Almost called it a millipede, and yeah. I like how the Metalpede looked like it was just going to shake its head as Jak fell. So I do my usual, give it another few times, and then I'll cut if I keep failing. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah, even if you try speeding ahead, you won't get any distance ahead of the metalhead. Fun fact, did you know that centipedes are... Oh, well, I'll save that later. Save that later since I accidentally died there. Fun fact, did you know that centipedes are one of the top bug predators in the bug kingdom? Having multiple legs means having lots of agility, and some of them are very poisonous and venomous. So that's why they're very, very effective predators. And that apparently they make popular pets. Well, a particular species of centipede make a popular pet in Japan. And that makes me wonder, what is with Japan when it comes to bugs? Like, Japan just seems to have a fondness for insects. Like the bug fight things, the beetles that they like to set against in bug fights, and the fact there's bug type Pokemon, and Satoshi, what was his last name again? Satoshi Taja? Is that how you say his name? His last name? The creator of Pokemon, he loved to collect bugs when he was young. So what's with that? Okay, let's have another go at running away from the Metalpede. I kind of now wish I did save the, I didn't cut out the bit where it ate me. Because it would have been cool to keep that at least so you could see the centipede do its work. And that's where I'm like, I'll cut. So we're back on the second chase. And after losing I don't know how many times, here I am finally ready to get the best of this Metalpede. What's the difference between a centipede and a millipede again? I know size is one of them, but I do remember. Millipedes actually have a bit of like... Now, here I got lucky. Somehow, the invincibility frames of me getting hurt protected me from the centipede, from the Metalpede, centipede, millipede. Yeah, here I am, just loving what Sig's saying. I'm agreeing with everything. Yes, yes, yes. I love the plan already. Is that he and me, side by side, we're going to take them all on because we are dead. So, yeah, what's plan B? Yeah, I was sad Sig died. What is plan B at this rate? Yeah, that's bottomless pit. Don't jump down there. So now we just get out. We've lost Vin. We lost Sig. It's terrible. So now we can go to the Oracle, and I'm having trouble getting out. I don't know why. So, yeah, I just jumped to get out. Oh, that's Ashlyn. It's either Kira or Ashlyn. I think it's Kira. She's telling us to meet her by the stadium because she's got the Riff Rider ready. So here I'm ready to find a zoomer to hijack so we can head to the Oracle and get our next dark power. So I've made it to the Oracle, as you can see. This next dark power is actually very useful. So this dark power is that Dark Jak is now invincible. If only I had that power up sooner during those few times I tried to use Dark Jak, but I get hit and I transform back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Would have been really more helpful by then. So now I'm going to head to the stadium. Or at least oh, that's right. I tried to talk. I try to talk about, how what's going down and other things really and how serious this is. But I don't even remember what I was trying to say here that doesn't let me cut. And I mean, the stadium's not that too far of a drive really, so yeah, everything's happening. Everything's going crazy. Oh, now I cut. Okay, so this time, this little mission can be a bit tricky. Yep, Brooder comes to save the day with a lurker balloon. Yes, Daxter being an extra jerk here. Metalheaders! Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta protect both Samoses from metalheads. If one of them dies, it's over, and, well, as you will see, their death is slightly graphic. Well, not graphic, as in very rated M, but it's bad. It's not pleasant looking for one of them. Because, see, I'm trying to multitask. I want to pick up Skull Gems, but at the same time, I'm trying to protect them. And too bad young Samos keeps getting the blunt of all the attacks, mostly. And yeah, young Samos died and the Riff Rider fell on him and it crushed him. So yeah, that's a little bit unnerving to think about. So here's me ready to play more seriously with this one. You know, I even remember just saying, why couldn't they just park the balloon closer? Couldn't they just do that? Even with the metalheads attacking, you could have just maybe parked it a little closer. I also didn't know this detail, but both Kira and Bruder are in the Rift Rider as they're carrying it, so. Oh, yeah, this is the only time the little hopper, little metalheads appear, is just during this mission. It would be unfair if they used every type of metalhead in this mission. So use Dark Jack if necessary, which I thought was very necessary. Samos is almost dead, but the other Samos is still kicking, at least. We're almost there. I'm just keeping my eyes open and protecting them. And they're just gently putting down the Rift Rider and setting it up. And there. Yeah, Jack, be careful. Alright, so that's Vin. Vin is on there with his dying words. He's telling us to, he's saying core construction site. So now we have to go to the construction site, and it's the only time it's the only time you'll ever be to the construction site. But it does play a more important role in Daxter, so a little slight spoiler there. Oh yeah, you could even just steal Crimson Guard vehicle with no trouble during this whole thing. So here, I'm ready to go into the construction site and see what's up. And here's where the big twist kicks in. I'm sure you know, deep down in your darkest nightmares. We've met before, remember? Everything's going exactly as planned. Yep, Core was the metalhead leader in disguise all along. Yeah, and yeah, the Baron just dies hard there. Yes, all along Jack was the weapon. The Baron makes a good point here, at least, that if you're going to make a bomb, a nuke bomb, make sure to make two. And then, yeah, the Baron dies. So Jack's revenge kind of becomes meaningless here. Daxter's in here just messing with wires and stuff to try and pop open the stone. And if he's saying if they're colorblind, how come he says it's blue and whatever? And it's from there Daxter could have potentially broke the stone and destroyed the universe, basically. And yeah, the Baron's dead. Again, Clancy Brown, with that awesome voice of his back then. Yeah, I found this a little funny, even though it was supposed to be a serious moment. Oh, and it's here I find a few precursor orbs. So, yeah, like the whole. Whoa, whoops. With the whole revelation of Core being the metalhead leader, you do get a few hints throughout the story to his true nature. Like, I really can't list them now because we're going to be out of time soon, but, like, a few of them being how one of them is when Jack and Daxter tell Torn how they saw the metalhead leader conducting a business with, you know, with that, and Core's like, "You saw the metalhead leader?" And when Daxter mentions how the Baron plans to double cross them, Core's like, "Is that so?" And he's like very interested. And there's a few other little hints. And here, both Torn and Ashlyn are telling us to go to the Metalhead nest, try to take out the leader, putting an end to the Metalhead invasion in the city, and of course to go home on the Rift Rider. And just in time too, I just finished the Battle Buffet with perfect 10 turns. A max revive, as I stated. All right, join me next time. That'll do for this episode. Join me next time as we go to the nest and defeat Core. So I'll see you guys next time.